Hello and welcome back to Suspect Animation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and this is Saturday Morning Blast Off. And yes, those are birds you hear singing in the background because they're really fucking loud. They're right outside my window, I guess. I just started hearing it in my headphones a little while ago here. So you get bird song on top of it on everything. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first and we'll get to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're going to see a little video at the end of this video that pops up here. Basically, what YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. Up here is going to be Clone Wars, is what's going to be up there. Hey, thanks, Viking Bitch. Yeah, I'm a little bit late this morning. Okay, I was trying to pull stuff together. I wanted to figure out what my angle was going to be for today, and so I figured I was going to talk about COVID-19, also known as coronavirus, which has nothing to do with the fucking beer. For those dumb shits out there who don't know any better. Um, yeah. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, and you can get that kind of witty repartee, you can hit the bell down below there. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every Monday when I remember to hit the publish button on the actual thing. But I do actually put my schedule also on my Facebook page as well, which was right this week. And for those of you who have Facebook still, I have a Facebook group page which you guys can post stuff on and chat. Excuse me, amongst yourselves. I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a Patreon page, but no tiers set up as of yet. There we go. That's everything in a nutshell. So, are you sure the beer isn't dangerous? Well, yeah, it's Corona. I mean, it's made out of 90% piss. So, yeah, it is dangerous. It is sterile though. So, yeah. Remember that little urban legend that Corona beer was made out of piss? That people, they would piss in the bottles and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's urban legends. I swear to God, they just suck. So as we wait for more people to come in, I'm gonna get done with some of the lesser news first, and then we'll move into it. Ben Stiller is joining the Fast and the Furious franchise with number 9. Well, after all, he was Mr. Furious in Mystery Men. So no, I honestly don't see the fucking logic in this whatsoever. I don't know how in the hell he's getting involved in this franchise. It just yeah, I honestly don't know what the hell that's all about. But good on him, I guess. And you're saying, well, what the hell is Dennis talking about Fast and the Furious before? Because it's become sci-fi at this point. There is no way in hell it actually follows the laws of physics, and the shit they do is fucking ridiculous. I mean, come on, when they took the bank vaults from Brazil with those 2 cars and were rolling them down the street, no, sorry, no, not going to happen. Is he gonna be a grumpy old man? Probably. I would laugh if they made Ben Stiller the villain. I really would laugh if they made Ben Stiller the villain. I mean, they made Charlize Theron the villain in one of them as well. So what the hell? Andrej Merrick says, "Seen October Faction based on your recommendation. It was surprisingly good. The trailer was misleading and underselling as fuck." Yeah, I told you, man. I hate to say it, but that's why I do Is It Worth My Time? Yeah, if you haven't seen, I have a whole video section called Is It Worth My Time? Where I do series of shows that drop all at once, which people binge anyway. So there's no way in hell I'm going to go episode by episode on it, and on movies, things like that. So yeah, he could stop cars with his model fit. Yeah, he could do the blue steel. Yeah, I can't do blue steel because, obviously I'm not a model. So, what is it? A face for radio and a voice for NPR. uh, yeah. That section is not worth your time, Stanley. I get it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hmm. In the corner with you. Thank you, Penn. I know and I'll send you that $5 in the mail for that plug. Hey, Philip. You just getting off work? Is that what's going on? I know people are in different time frames around here. So All right, let's get to some of the big news. So you probably heard about this little thing called COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. I like calling it COVID-19 by its real name. It's a nasty flu, nastier than most. And if you believe, Captain Baby Hands Spone Spurs Macomo, who has a gut feeling that it's less than 1% deadly, which it's not. It's actually more along the lines of 3 to 4%. Um, it's a big deal around the world what's going on right now. So we are having cancellations because of this. People are cropping up with this stuff uh, more and more often now, not knowing where they've gotten it from. It's now become a community. It's called community spread. That is the actual term, where they don't know where it originated from, if it came from someone overseas or not, but actually just comes about mysteriously now. So that's what community spread is. So No Time to Die, which was set to release in April here, they were going to have the red carpet thing and everything this week, and that's been canceled. Um, and now MGM has moved it back to November. So this is MGM set to lose $30 million on this. Excuse me. If they had opened it in November, like every other Bond movie that they've done beforehand, they wouldn't have lost that kind of money. But for some reason, they decided to open it in April. I don't know why, but yeah. So that's the first one that's getting hit. So that's a low level one for the most part. Um, yeah, I know Andres Mark. I actually work in the industry where we're dealing with this right now, and we call it COVID-19 because coronavirus is that's what a virus that's what the flu is. The flu is a type of coronavirus. So COVID-19 is actually the correct terminology. Uh, Otherwise, you're just saying, I got me the flu. All right, that's great. Which one did you get? Did you get SARS? Did you get MERS? Did you get, swine flu, H1N1? What did you get? Yeah. Anyway, I digress on that one. Um, Also, DC has decided to cancel all their convention plans for March. So they were the first ones to kind of pull out of Emerald City Comic Con. And then others started along that same line. I have vendor friends that go up to Emerald City Comic Con, and they were the first ones that I got notified from that Emerald City Comic Con is now postponed because of this. So yeah, it's hitting all across the board for the most part. And also South by Southwest was canceled. Actually, the city of Austin canceled it. It wasn't even South by Southwest. They were actually going to go along with it. And then the city of Austin was like, nope, fuck that shit. You're closed. Close it down. Yeah. And again, excuse me for the coughing. I'm still get I'm still getting over pneumonia. And yes, I still have a fucking annoying cough. And it's not going to go away anytime soon. Um, Also, three Disneylands are closed as well. We have two in Asia and one in Europe, of course, Disneylands that are closed because no one's going to go. No one wants to be in areas. Everyone's very skittish at the moment of being in close proximity, unless you go to Disneyland and Disney World here in the States, and then everyone and their mother's there because, why not? So, yeah, it's an interesting time, as they say. Um, and I'm pretty sure that's not the yeah, I'm not coughing into the mic, Stanley, and, you know, I'll send you a virus another way. Um, so, yeah. Uh, yeah, you're gonna see more cancellations across the board, and don't be surprised if it lasts into April. You're probably gonna see, like, for those of you who celebrate Easter or recognize Easter and all that kind of stuff, you're probably those Easter plans are probably going to be gone now at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if you see uh, gatherings of people and stuff like that curtailed. I was actually going to go to there's a San Diego small little convention that's going on right now, a comic convention that's going on in here this weekend. and I was gonna go tomorrow, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay away from it. Usually, conventions are notoriously famous for what's called con crud, and it's usually people who are sick and go anyway because they're assholes and they cough all over things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still recovering from pneumonia. I think I'm going to stay away from it. I was originally going to go to it, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I can move away from that one. But yeah, I mean, movie theaters are most likely going to be empty. Their plane travel is already getting hit in Europe and Asia, and I guess in Europe they actually make it. There's something where airlines will lose their spot at the airport if they don't keep their flights, if they don't keep a certain amount of flights. So I guess they've been flying what are called ghost planes, which are empty planes, and they're basically just been wasting fuel and polluting the environment for no good reason whatsoever, because the governments haven't stepped in and told these airports that fuck you, you're not going to do that anymore, and you're going to curtail this until this crisis is over. And yes, it is a crisis at this point because people are panicky, stuff like that. Quite honestly, just follow the CDC and the World Health Organization requirements. Wash your hands for 20 seconds with soap and water. That's what you want to do repeatedly. Keep doing it over and over again. Yes. If you don't know what 20 seconds is, sing happy birthday twice. That's 20 seconds. And you want to wash the front of your hands, the back of your hands, in between your fingers, around your thumb, the meat of your thumb, all that kind of stuff. There is a great way of doing that. And yeah, that's bullshit, Green Henry. I read that too. It's a it's the flu is really what it is. Uh, there's also, a rumor out there that vitamin C and vitamin D supposedly stops it as well. That's bullshit as well. The only thing that supposedly you don't get it from is if you're a kid. For some reason, kids are not being so susceptible to this. I don't know why, and it's hitting anywhere from the age group of 25 to 60 is what they're saying is what's getting hit by this the most at the minute. Damn straight. What's with the coronavirus cancellations? People are canceling because they don't want to be in the same room with someone who's potentially sick. Yeah. Why do grown humans need a hand washing lesson? Because as patient zero at my work would tell you, people put their hand in the water like a fucking cat, dabbing at a sink, at a faucet. That's pretty much how he washes his hands. And yeah, that's how come they need hand washing lessons. Viking Mitch, wash your goddamn hands. That's all I'm gonna say. For 20 seconds, soap and water, front and back, in between your fingers, around the thumb. Fucking just do it. Um, yeah, that hand sanitizer shit doesn't work, quite honestly. It works in a pinch if you really just can't get to soap and water, that's fine. But immediately find some soap and water and wash your goddamn hands. That's all I'm gonna say. The Vietnamese hand wash song is quite catchy. I haven't seen that one. Yeah. All right. So with that said, that PSA over with. Let's move on to some other news. The Last of Us, that video game, about zombies and all that kind of stuff, is being made into a series over at HBO from the creators of Chernobyl. Yeah, that's right, from the creators of Chernobyl. That's kind of interesting, quite honestly. I'm kind of interested in this. And they didn't say HBO Max, they said HBO. So obviously they think this is good enough at this point to to actually go to HBO and skip HBO Max at this point, which it's going to be on both anyway. So I'm kind of interested in this at this point, especially since you got those creators to do that. Yeah. This game is a movie 25 hours long anyway. Yeah, Stanley, I know. And yes, Viking, but you're right. Wash your ass as well. There is a hashtag out there, wash your ass. Came from a certain video that I did last year. So Is there any Game of Thrones prequel or sequels coming? Yeah, but who knows when? Damn straight. They're supposedly working on it. Can you catch ass flu? Yes, you can, Stanley. You can, but it's only if you're in close contact. It has to be, I believe, face to ass contact, if I'm not mistaken. Which a lot of sycophants actually can get that. They're usually the ones that end up having that happen. If you don't know what a sycophant is, look it up. Um, no, not ass to ass transmission. It's ass to face transmission. So that reminds me of a joke. What's the difference between a brown noser and a shithead? Depth perception. Ah, there you go. There's your joke for the day. Um, The Magicians has been canceled after a fifth and now final season over at SyFy, aka NBC. And everyone's going, "Oh my god, the Magicians are canceled. We should protest." Blah blah blah. No. So what's going on is the Magicians has reached its fifth, its fifth season, and as with most contracts, for both the showrunners and the actors involved, their contracts are only 5 seasons long, so they're gonna have to renegotiate the contracts. Well, um, renegotiating the contracts means more money for the actors and the showrunners, but the viewership of the series has gone down, which means less revenue for NBC. So NBC's like, yeah, we're done. At this point, we're not going to pay you any more money because that's what NBC does. So let's look at it this way. The Magician's got 5 seasons on SyFy, which is 4 seasons more than about 98% of the shows that are on SyFy anyway. Just be happy with it and let it go. Quite honestly, I've tried watching that show, and God, it's a slog. It really is. It's a slog. Yeah. Yes, you can get STDs in any orifice, Viking bitch. Thank you for that PSA. Yes, I agree with you, Penn. 4 more seasons than the ones that deserved 5. I mean, come on. John Claude Van Johnson didn't even get in a full season. It got a half a season. Half a fucking season. And that was over at Amazon, but still. And yes, Keith Hamilton, I agree with you. Bring back Happy and Deadly Class. Yeah. And I agree with you, EJR. Magicians did get 5 seasons too many. I know, Andres Merrick. I know you love Magicians. I'm sorry that I bag on it, but quite honestly, I tried. I really tried, and it's just That's fine, Viking bitch. I've got my good moderator here with Penn. I'm kidding. We don't see Mufinobi anymore. He's off doing other things, probably cheating on me with other podcasts and things like that, or you know, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, exactly, Andres Merrick. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, he's probably chained up in Viking Bitch's basement. I agree with you, Penn. We haven't heard from him for a while. I'm guessing that's the case. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say anything. Mark Ruffalo is in talks to join the Disney Plus series She-Hulk. All I can say, it's about fucking time, because we need, of course, Bruce Banner, who is supposed to be the cousin of Jennifer Walters, to give her the blood transfusion that turns her into She-Hulk. And you're going to say, well, doesn't he know that his blood will do that? Yes, he does. In the comics, what it was a life or death situation. It was, he either gave her the blood transfusion right then and there, or she was going to die. And him being the cousin of her, and he had the same blood type, he was like, fuck it, we'll do it. Yeah. And there you go. That's the comic book origins of She-Hulk right then and there. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm hoping he actually ends up in the series, because Universal are assholes. The Universal Pictures are assholes for withholding the rights to the Hulk. And so we can't get a proper Hulk movie done with Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, you know? Yeah. Yes, She-Hulk attorney at law. Morks, hey, I didn't say boobs. What the hell's going on, Morks? You showed up. Uh, yeah. Is it really grown up Harry Potter though, Keith Hamilton? I don't even know if it was that. It just I don't know. My safe word, by the way, Philip, is mango. There you go. When does Falcon and Winter Soldier start, Green Henry? So that would be in August of 2020. Yeah. Damn straight is Better Call Saul worth I have no idea. I haven't watched it. Yeah. I also haven't watched Breaking Bad. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. I tried getting through season 1 at one point when it first came out, and I just couldn't, and other things came up. So, yeah. I do wanna see Guns Akimbo. I do wanna see it, but I'm probably gonna wait till it comes out on, on demand or something like that. I always thought it was watermelon. No, it was not watermelon, E-jar. It's either mango or mahalo, one of the 2. It's easy to say when you have a ball gag. I mean, isn't there new Home Alone, coming? Yes, they announced, a Home Alone as well, Disney Plus did. It's actually gonna be a movie from what I understand. They're redoing the movie, but they're also redoing, like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Um, I think there's supposed to be, like, a Lizzie McGuire thing, but I think that's going to Hulu. I don't know. They're doing all kinds of shit. So, damn straight, no, it's not. It's no, they're doing all kinds of shit. So, damn straight, no, it's not. It's Mobile from Matt Reeves from the Batman movie. That's what it's called, The Batman. And if you took a look at the thumbnail for this video, you'll see it. It's there. I'm actually kind of digging it to tell you the truth. It doesn't look Batmobile-esque. It looks like a what is it, a Barracuda or something like that that's been had an engine dropped in the trunk, I guess you could say, or like a huge engine dropped in the trunk. And I'm kind of digging it to tell you the truth. A lot more than I was digging the Batman suit to tell you the truth. Although from what I understand, the beginning of the movie is that's how the Batman suit starts off. In the end of the movie, he has a different suit altogether. Yeah. So I believe that's what's going on. Don't listen to Dennis on the top of Breaking Bad. I don't mention anything about Breaking Bad, Stanley, because I haven't seen it. Just another dodge. uh First 4 seasons of Walking Dead. No, that's you get stuck on the farm at one point, Keith. That's what being stuck on the farm, I believe. Being stuck on the farm got replaced jumping the shark. Yeah. It's either a Charger or a Challenger. I thought it was a Barracuda. I don't know. It all looks cool, whatever it is. I'm not a gearhead. I'm not an expert on cars or anything like that. It's a thing that has 4 wheels and a big circle that you use to move the wheels in different directions. That's what it is. And I think it's got a windshield too to keep bugs out of your teeth. So, there you go. What else is there? Let's see what else we have. There we go. There's a good one. So Scott Snyder, who is a writer, of course, for DC Comics, and also, I guess, one of the people that got Dan Didio fired from DC, supposedly. That is one of the rumors that's out there. There's multiple rumors about what happened with Dan Didio, but anyway, um, Scott Snyder is going to consult on DC to be the henchman of one of Batman's villains, try to escape from Arkham Asylum. So they're going to have different puzzles that they have to solve and different obstacles, that kind of thing that they have to get through in order to get out of there. That actually kind of sounds interesting, to tell you the truth. So, excuse me. Yeah, I'm kinda interested to see how this is gonna play out, and, I don't know about Scott Snyder being involved. I saw his picture and his you know how they say pictures paint 1,000 words or say 1,000 words, and his looks kinda douchey, that's all I'm gonna say. Um, yeah, but you never can tell about people. I take horrible pictures too, so not much better in person either. Ajar says, "Let me guess, you like Hondas or Toyotas?" No, I don't. Ajar, I don't. Philip Deming says, "I was just about to watch Castlevania season 3. I love seasons 1 and 2. Anyone seen I've only seen season 1. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I need to go back and of course watch season 2. Yeah. Um, like I said, I just have way too little time and I've got to pick and choose when I'm watching. I also have that pesky work thing that gets in the way every now and then. And then also, every now and then I get the fucking flu and pneumonia and that knocks me down too. And usually when that happens, I don't want to watch anything at all. I just want to curl up in bed and pass out. So, which is what I did for about 2 weeks. Yeah. What do you think the chances are of us ever getting a Venture Brothers movie? Oh, well, now that Titmouse has actually signed on with a huge, I forget who they signed on with. I would say better than average, but I don't know. It probably moved it from 50%, a 50-50 chance to a 60-40 chance. That's what I'm thinking of, Viking bitch. I would love it to be a TV series, quite honestly. Yeah. Yeah, Castlevania 3 season 3 did drop. It did. By the way, how is your plague going? I just have a cough, Ejar. That's all I have left. I can't get rid of the cough. I'm supposed to have the cough for like a month. And of course, my nose itches like mad. I know you're not supposed to be touching your face or anything like that, and I just can't help it. My nose itches. I just want to get in there and yeah. So, Green Henry Show, you've never seen Prince of Darkness? In the Mouth of Madness is awesome if you have surround sound, by the way, and crank it up because it's fucking creepy. Um, a little knowledge or a little history on in the Mouth of Madness. Way back when that first came out, I had I was living with roommates. I was renting out a room. I put my surround sound system in my room, and I had the rear speakers underneath my bed. Yes, I did have it underneath my bed, and I had the front speakers in front, of course, up high. And there's a scene in there where the old ones, like, yeah, I gotta turn this off for right now and just go to sleep because this is a little too much for me at this point. Yeah, but good stuff, man. Yeah, that's actually a good movie. I like that one. Uh, I have no idea, damn straight. They're probably going to announce some of that stuff at D23. I've given up trying to uh, predict what they're going to be bringing out there. Yeah. Um, there is not enough audience for a real fight adventure brother. I don't know about that, Stanley. I think if it got made and was marketed correctly, I think it could do work. Speakers under the bed, man, are awesome. They you know, you get some really good surround sound out of that. It's fucking badass, to tell you the truth. I would do it again if I had. I mean, right now I have my living room, blinged out with that, but I would do it again in the bedroom kind of thing. And if I actually had like a real house instead of a condo. So yeah, I think that would work. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Stargirl premieres on DC Universe on May 11th, and then it's going to premiere on the CW on May 12th. So yes, they are going to do it on both DC Universe and CW. They're going to premiere it both. Um, as a DC Universe subscriber, I don't know how I feel about that, tell you the truth. That kind of pisses me off just a little bit because why should I pay then for DC Universe if you're just going to premiere it for free on a free, excuse me, on a free service? I mean, sure, what the hell? Might as well just drop DC Universe then at that point. Cheers, you know? Yes, Apple Crow, we know what the titles of your sex tapes are. With your 900-inch TV on the wall too. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Excuse me. Speakers under the bed would be great for watching porn. Um, it's okay. Yeah. Uh, see, I like that. Pay a sub to see it early. Spoiler free. Well, you know what? So the thing is, Philip, what they do is they release it after it releases on CW. It releases on the CW app for free the following day after CW. So really, it's going to release DC Universe on May 11th, CW May 12th, and the CW app for free on May 13th, which is really kind of fucked up at that point. So then you're going to end up with, you know, and the thing is, yes, you're going to have commercials and whatnot with the CW um, airing of it and also with the CW app. But really, commercials just don't bother me anymore like they used to. I get up and I go and do other things when the commercial's on. Yeah. So, Green Henry shows Stephen King is prolific, but is he overrated? Hollywood seems to be on a King craze. So it comes around in cycles, Green Henry. Uh, it really does come around in cycles. And so you had the 70s that had some Stephen King stuff that happened. Then you had the late 80s, early 90s where Stephen King stuff happened. And then you have it started around 2015, something like that, with the latest craze of Stephen King stuff. And usually it reaches a high point where you're just everything Stephen King and you're just like, fucking stop already. So, although he did post a really fucking funny meme yesterday and I started laughing, it's Pennywise the Clown. He's in the sewer. And it's actually the Tim Curry Pennywise the Clown, by the way. He did not go with the new one. And he's looking up out of the sewer at the kid in the raincoat, and he says, "I've got hand sanitizer down here," and I just laughed my ass off. I thought it was funny. I actually put it up on my wall at work. Yes. So considering all hand sanitizer, I guess, is sold out within the world. And by the way, you can make your own hand sanitizer according to World Health Organization and CDC, and that is by using aloe vera gel and rubbing alcohol. There is a actual recipe out there for that to make your own hand sanitizer. Don't fucking use drinking alcohol because it doesn't have the right concentration of alcohol. Okay, you need at least 60% alcohol in there. No, not vodka and glycerin. Does not work. EHR. That's only 40% alcohol. You need at least 60%. Yeah, don't use Tito's vodka either. Yes, I saw that news story as well, Morks, where Tito's vodka actually had a tweet out to tell people, stupid people, to stop using their vodka to make hand sanitizer. Yeah. I understand, Philip, but the thing is, if you look on the shelves, I bet you there's a shitload of aloe vera gel and a shitload of rubbing alcohol. And if you take the two of those, you can actually make hand sanitizer. Yes, send the vodka to the I don't drink vodka, quite honestly. I drink Jack Daniels. Yeah. I saw the meme for throat spray that's just a 5% with a sprayer attached. It's just a fifth of the yeah, I saw that too, the Jack Daniels one, yeah, with the spray. Yeah. No, vodka cannot be added to the recipe. Vodka is too low of an alcohol content. You need at least The final concentration needs to be 60% alcohol for it to do anything for your hands. Okay, so vodka does not have the right proof in order to get to that. Wow, they allowed pharmacists to make disinfectants themselves, huh? What a world. Start throwing out all your Corona beer. Well, yeah, you should have been pouring that shit out to begin with. It's not really beer. That's like saying Budweiser is beer. You know, the only thing Budweiser is good for is for pouring down the sink, along with Coors. Ugh, ugh, yeah. Yeah, when I used to do catering a long time ago, and we had Budweiser or Corona or Coors or anything like that, any of that low, budget shit, and we saw that it was part of our load, we're like, "All right, I need, for every case of that shit I have, I need 2 extra bags of ice," and we had, like, 50-pound bags of ice, because if that shit's not cold, no one's gonna drink it, and I'm not taking it back with me. I will pour it out there at the place if, I have to bring that shit back. That's pretty much what we did. We would pour that shit out because it's god awful. Yeah. The mess they allowed okay, where was I at? Looking for a nice vegan beer. They're all vegan, Green Henry. They really are. They're all vegan. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. What else I have? Let's see. This is funny. So last week I talked about that SyFy, aka NBC, is doing a series on the Day of the Dead, the Romero zombie movie. They're doing a TV series over there at SyFy. The Romero estate, the Romero estate this week actually says they do not endorse that TV series over at SyFy, and they have nothing to do with it, nor do they want anything to do with it. I'm pretty sure that they're getting ready to file a cease and desist order and having them associated with any way with their movie. And with good reason. So they did the same thing with 12 Monkeys. I mean, 12 Monkeys turned out to be really fucking awesome as a TV series on SyFy, which is a rarity. I mean, honestly, it's less than 1%. Um, and they're doing the same thing again. So basically, what NBC does is they like taking known properties and then making series that are close to it, but not enough where they can get sued by it. And yeah, like the Transformers series, they've done, they work with Arkham Pictures or Asylum Pictures, excuse me, Asylum Pictures, and do low budget knockoffs of them. And that's what they're doing with this as well. And I'm not happy with that. That's bullshit. Yeah. Stanley says, but I live 100 miles from the country and the second largest death toll. Oh, really? All right. Yeah. Sorry. I just thought I heard something for a second. Hmm. All right. Please, no more Terminator films. Yes, you're going to get 5 more at least. So, and they're all going to be starring Arnold. But yeah, I don't know. It's just really they need to stop. They really do. They need to stop over at SyFy and NBC. They need to come up with some new shit. They need to actually pay in order to get something good coming out. Maybe they should just move over to a streaming service. Maybe fold SyFy into their Peacock thing and actually pay to make some good stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's what they need to do. Speaking of good stuff, April 15th, What We Do in the Shadows returns to FX for season 2. There you go. They just released a teaser for it. I believe they released a teaser today or last night, something like that. So it is out there. So yeah, April 15th, What We Do in the Shadows returns to FX. And speaking of other returns, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, the 15th, we get Westworld season 3 that returns to HBO. And yes, I will be covering it. So there you go. I am covering Westworld season 3. All right. They're following the porn movie knockoff. Yeah, they are, Marks. They really are following the porn movie knockoff business model. I agree with you. Yeah. Stanley Tweedle. Oh, nope. Yeah. I do have roof rats. Yes. Uh, I'm just making sure that none of those little fuckers are trying to come in. That's all. Flash Gordon was a different thing altogether. Uh, Philip A. Demick says, I love 12 Monkeys. Good thing to watch while under quarantine from the coronavirus. Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm actually pretty hyped for it, Marks. I'm looking forward to Westworld. I know a lot of people didn't like season 2. I liked season 2. I liked the way it ended. It was very bleak, that ending. I liked that kind of, I don't know why I liked it a lot. I know a lot of people didn't. I did. And I want to see how this season's going to play out because it looks like we're going for that future that we saw Ed Harris's character wake up in, and we're also going to go back to the past when all this stuff happened, but not to the time when Ed Harrison's character was Billy, the young kid. Yeah. Would rather see a remake of Future. Oh, come on. No, I'm good with that. I don't need Future World. Stanley Trail says, I found season 2 a mixed bag. Lots of stupid in it, but still excited for season 3. Yeah. Sorry, I just thought I heard something. So I was taking off one of my earphones so I can hear what the hell that is. But yeah. Yes, I am a little bit paranoid on that kind of stuff. So yeah, roof rats are a pain in the ass. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Philip A. Demick says, I'm looking forward to Westworld season 3, but I'm disappointed they scrapped the Caprica tie-in. Were they going to do a Caprica tie-in? Why? I honestly thought Caprica was overrated, to tell you the truth. No, she won't, Pen. Pepper is asleep on the couch and doesn't give a shit. So she doesn't. Aren't audio hallucinations part of COVID-19 symptoms? No, they're not, Ejar. Watching a lot of YouTube is supposedly a part of the symptoms of COVID-19. Yeah. Yeah, Caprica, I tried watching it. I really did, and it didn't do anything for me. And then what happened to that actress? She kind of disappeared. She was, supposedly this up and coming actress, and she was supposed to go on to do great things and everything, and then whoop, she disappeared all of a sudden. I don't know where she went, but yeah, I can't remember her name now. She was supposed to be the new It Geek Girl, and she disappeared from everything, social media and whatnot. So it was kind of weird. All right, what else do I have? So, the director of Venom and Zombieland 2, Ruben Fleischer, is going to be directing Uncharted. He's actually been attached now to direct Uncharted, and Antonio Banderas has been cast as well in this Uncharted movie, which already has Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg attached to it. There you go. For those of you who've been wanting an Uncharted movie, yes, I believe this is director 51, if I'm not mistaken, Stanley Tweedle. This might be director 51 at this point. Of course, he, next month we'll probably hear that he is left due to, creative differences. But there you go. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not that jazzed about an Uncharted movie. I know a lot of people who play video games are. It just seems like a kind of a half-baked Indiana Jones to me. Yes, Uncharted as in the video game. Yes, Marks. Mark Wahlberg is supposed to be playing Sully, the dad, or I don't know, something like that. And Tom Holland is supposed to be the kid. No, we're not getting a Planet of the Apes reboot. It's going to be like Planet of the Apes 4. It's going to be the continuation of it. Yeah. Um, Andres Merrick, I'll take your word for it. I don't know. I know, Nathan Fillion looked like he'd be the perfect. See, that's the whole thing. Is Nathan Fillion would be perfect for a lot of things, and they don't hire him for any of this stuff. He is going to be in Suicide Squad 2. I don't know who his character is going to be. They're still keeping that under wraps quite a bit. There's been so many rumors flying around about who Nathan Fillion's character is going to be in Suicide Squad 2. I have a feeling he's going to be the sacrificial lamb that we see at the very beginning, to show us what's going on, how these guys die. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those things that everyone's going to be building up because they want to see Nathan Fillion, and then he dies fairly quickly. So Andrej Merrick in the Santa Clarita Diet, he was awesome in that. The funny thing is, the very last season, it's not him that does the voice for his character. It's actually Alan Tudyk who took it over. Yeah, so he's not in season 3 at all, even though his character does play a part in there. In Santa Clarita Diet, it's actually voiced by uh, Alan Tudyk. Yeah, he might be Slipknot too. That's what I'm saying. I was very surprised that it was Alan Tudyk, but hey. Yes, Fillion and Tudyk are both awesome and underrated. And like I said, after Harley Quinn, the animated Harley Quinn on DC Universe, I want to see Alan Tudyk play a live action Joker. I know everyone keeps saying William Dafoe, and they toss out all these names, but fucking Alan Tudyk needs to play the Joker, and he needs to swear. He needs to be, let loose and swear. And we need him in the suit, quite honestly. We need him in that white suit with the purple, shirt. And yeah, I mean, he would be a creepy fucking Joker, but also an awesome Joker at the same time. He really would. Wilford Brimley as the Batman. No, he'd be Commissioner Gordon and talk mostly about diabetes. The diabetes. Apple Crow says into the Jokerverse with all the people we want to see as Joker. Okay. You want to see a movie like that, like an animated into the Jokerverse? That would be interesting. Let's see what else I have here. I'm coming down to my last 2 items here, actually. So Mark Guggenheim, excuse me, who does the DC CW shows, says that Green Arrow and the Canaries, which is supposed to be the spinoff of Green Arrow that takes place in the future of Green Arrow, like 20 years in the future, is up in the air until May, which coincidentally is when HBO Max launches from AT&T, who owns WB, of course, and CW. So I'm pretty sure that's all tied together as to whether or not there's going to be enough room in that HBO Max format to actually add Green Arrow and the Canaries to that list. Yeah. Penn Farm Girl says, I suggested a movie about the search for the next Joker, seeing them all compete. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, Andrej Merrick. Everyone would love a sequel to Tucker and Dale versus Evil, including the leads. They've been talking about that for a while, and nothing's ever come of it. That's a brilliant movie. That you want to talk about an underrated movie? That is a severely underrated movie. Is Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And if you haven't seen that movie, go and watch it. It might still be on Netflix. I don't know. So yeah. Apple Crow says, "I'd cast Peter Weller as Dark Knight Returns Batman and Mark Hamill as a Joker." Um, yeah, I would too if Peter Weller would act again. He doesn't, he really doesn't act anymore. He directs, and he does the occasional voice work, but, he does not act anymore. He doesn't do live acting, I should say, where he shoots things, in front of the camera. Yeah. And I agree. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is in the same vein as Cabin in the Woods. And if you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods by Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard, oh my God, that's definitely required viewing. That is an awesome movie with Chris Hemsworth in it. Yeah, um, that is some good stuff. That one really subverted my expectations on it. Yeah. You saw Invisible Man and you're thinking it's decent, Green Henry show? Yeah, I'm okay. I don't need to see it. There you go. There's your sequel, Tucker and Dale versus Cabin in the Woods. That would be kinda interesting, to tell you the truth. What is Drew Goddard working on right now anyway? Is he still working on Marvel stuff at all, or what's going on? I mean, he needs to start working on that, like a sequel to Cabin in the Woods or yeah, I mean Dennis, have you ever seen Rosencrantz and Guildenstern or Dead? No, that has been in, every now and then I see it pop up. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to see that. And then I forget about it again. Yeah. Stanley Trail says I saw Cabin after I already knew all the twists. Yeah. See, that's not right. You got to go into that thing fresh, not knowing anything about it. And that's how it works. I saw that in the movie theater, and I went because Joss Whedon. I saw Joss Whedon had the writing credits, and Drew Goddard had it, and I'm like, It's going to be something different. I know that," and I was not disappointed in that. And yeah, that was fucking awesome. Yeah, Tim Roth and Gary Oldman's best work. Mhm. No, I have not seen For All Humankind. I don't have Apple TV Plus, Andres Mark. I I kind of maxed out on my streaming subscriptions. I have HBO Go right now, and when it switches over to HBO Max, I will flip it over to the HBO Max. Mainly because I get, you get Cinemax off of it or Skinemax, whatever it is, and there's something else you get with it too. I can't remember. So yeah, yeah, that's what I've heard. Green Henry show. I've heard it's all right. I don't honestly. I can wait till that one comes out on HBO or something like that and watch it then. Movies come out so quickly now on HBO or, Showtime or whatever it is that, quite honestly, if I miss it in the movie theaters, I'm not all that disappointed, to tell you the truth. And I was kind of thinking about that. I was like, with the whole COVID-19 thing that's going on now, and people are kind of not going to gatherings as much anymore, that kind of stuff. Why not, uh, release first run movies now as a rental for $5, right? So you get to watch it for $5 on like Amazon or some streaming service that pretty much everyone has, Netflix, if you will. And for an extra $5, you get to watch a first run movie. And if you like it, you can pay an extra 20 bucks and you can own it. So 25 bucks and you own the movie, you know? That way for $5, if you watched it, you didn't like it, you don't feel as burned as if you went to the movie theater. Exactly, Green Henry Show. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone rents on Google Play or Amazon or something like that. I was thinking the same thing, Apple Crow. Yeah, so with COVID-19 in the news, I'm thinking of rewatching Counterpart for the post-pandemic sci-fi. Um, there's a lot of stuff. Actually, Justin Marks retweeted earlier this week a scene where Olivia is sitting in the movie theater, and it's an empty movie theater. There's maybe only two other people that are there in the movie theater, and there's a basically a PSA announcement on the screen that if you see an infected person, report them immediately, even if they're family members and all this kind of stuff, because it's in the other world where the pandemic has occurred. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, this show was way fucking far ahead of its time. It really was. And yeah, I would like to rewatch it again just for some of that. And supposedly it's out there streaming. He said it's out there someplace that's easily accessible now, and I can't remember where he said it was. I'll have to look that up. Is Amazing Stories any good? Has anyone seen it? The original was okay. I don't know about this new one. Andres Merrick says like Steam for games is for games. Yeah, something like that. Andres Merrick. That's what I'm thinking of. Uh, you think upcoming movies will not make their money back with the current situation? Probably, Marks. You've got people that are panicky right now. As Tommy Lee Jones said it best in the first Men in Black, he says, a person is rational. A group of people are panicky animals, really what they are. And that's what we are right now. We're a pack of panicky animals. And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, right now here in the United States, I'm kind of surprised we're not as panicky as it has been in Asia. It's had a little bit, further along to deal with this. So has Europe. I give it another week, maybe two, before we get to that level here in the United States. People are already hoarding toilet paper and water from Costco for fucking whatever reason that is. I mean, like you can't get water out of the tap, but people are supposedly stealing face masks and disinfectants from hospitals. That's just ridiculous. So that's the other thing. Face masks don't do any good if you don't have the disease. If you have the disease, wear a fucking face mask. That way, you're not spreading it to anybody. If you don't have the disease, the face mask is not going to help you. It really isn't. All you're going to do is you're going to smell your own bad breath. That's really what you're doing. Counterpart season 1 is on Amazon. Nice. I may have to rewatch some of that. So, yeah, that's just really good stuff. Oh, and so is season 2. Nice. The entire thing's on there. Lovely. Yeah. King Tut is an alien with green goo that kills Time Walker. Oh God, yeah, I remember Time Walker. God, that's that's a blast from the past. Yeah. Yeah, it is still sad. I mean, believe it or not, so Jean-Claude Van Johnson, I know I talk about it all the fucking time. That one still stings for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I only got 6 episodes of it and I never got a fucking closure to it. But that one really stung, and I'm still kind of bitter about that one, about them canceling that. Whereas Counterpart actually had kind of an ending to it. It wasn't a great ending. It could have gone on for a couple more seasons, but it still kind of got an ending to it, you know? Yeah. Yeah. And that's what gets me about Jean-Claude Van Johnson. It just was so much fucking fun. And that it was created by one of the guys who created the Expendables. I was like, "What?" I always thought this time it was created by somebody else, but no, somebody who created the Expendables, and I was like, that just kinda blew my mind even more so. Just think of the bandwidth issues when everyone is home streaming, stock up on physical media. Yeah, you can see off on the side here. There's more behind me as well. Yeah. My idea for a show is a serial killer who time travels. It's called Killing Time. Interesting. So kind of like what is it? Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell as H.G. Wells, who is going after Jack the Ripper in his time machine. Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for something. That's all. I was just seeing my screen door over there. That's what I was looking at. Counterpart is basically like Dollhouse was back then. Awesome potential and Rush season two containing 2 to 3 episodes. Yeah, 2 to 3 seasons within. I agree with you on yours, Mark. But there was a comic book that came out for Dollhouse that takes place in the future and kind of explains a little bit further. And that was amazing. Actually, Joss Whedon was involved with that. So, yeah. Viking Bitch says, I want 6 seasons of and a movie counterpart. Exactly. Um, So no, you don't need to start hoarding stuff, Stanley. So again, we had this discussion at work that if people would actually take emergency planning seriously, like if you have an earthquake, if you have a tornado, any of those kind of things, which quite honestly 90% of the US lives in those kind of zones. If you had enough supplies to last you in an emergency like that, you wouldn't need to hoard shit. There are emergency backpacks that you can get from the Red Cross. There's also you can buy them from Costco. Sometimes they have them there as well. Um, all you need is enough for 72 hours. Quite honestly, that's what they say. I mean, quite honestly, you probably should have some enough for 14 days. And there are ways to do it. I mean, so for us here in California, where I had an earthquake last night, as a matter of fact, there was an earthquake that was quite a ways away. It was actually in Mexico, and I felt it here. Actually, Pepper felt it and freaked the fuck out. And all it did was just kind of roll for a second, and then I was like, "Was that an earthquake?" And I'm looking around, and Pepper's freaked out, and she's running around the room. And it was a 5.5 earthquake that happened probably about 150 miles away from me. And kind of a reminder that yes, I do still live in earthquake country, even though there's no faults around where I live. But yeah, you need to have food and water for at least 72 hours, is what the official is. Me being in the safety industry, we always say 14 days. Also, you want to have medication if you have any kind of medication that you're going to need. Also, not just for you, but also for your children and or your pets, food, water, medication, all that kind of stuff. Also, glasses, backup glasses, and you're going to have it accessible at some point in time. So, for those of us again that live in earthquake areas, that means maybe having a ditty bag in the back of your car, in the trunk of your car, or someplace in your garage where you can pop open the garage and get to it, or because if your house collapses, kind of thing, things like that. And again, it's not being a panicky hoarder, doomsday prepper, or anything like that. All it is in case shit happens. Because quite honestly, we cannot rely on any government to help us. I hate to say it, but especially this government that we have right now, who fucking convenes a prayer session instead of actually, convening with medical experts to find out what the fuck to do. And that's enough politics that I'm getting into right there. Yeah. Yes, a gallon of water per person per day. That is exactly it. Hoard cans of Chef Boyardee ravioli. I have chili. I have cans of chili. Yes. That's just because I happened to be at Costco one day and they had it on sale. And I was like, cool, that works. I've got pasta. Excuse me. Stanley Tweedle says, I live in a civilized country, Dennis, at least civilized for 70 years. Yeah, that civilization is going to break down really, really quick in a matter of seconds, Stanley, is what I'm going to say right there. I live in a supposedly civilized country as well. And I deal with safety professionals. Okay. So one of the people that was a trainer for me when Katrina happened, he was one of the first responders to Katrina before FEMA ever showed up. So he hit the ground, was in a Jeep and was driving out, just driving out with cases of water, cases of food, all that kind of stuff in the back of his Jeep. He would drive out, find people that were in need, give them what he had, and drive back and load back up again and do it. See you, Viking bitch. He said there were some people, and this is like a week or two after the event had happened, that said, "You were the first person that we have seen in 2 weeks' time to come out and get us anything." Yeah. And these are people that live in not rural areas, but in urban areas kind of thing, stuff like that, but that had been cut off. So yeah, that is the reality of things, unfortunately. I hate to say it. So I know where my sources are around me, if any in any case of shit happening. And I know how to get to them as well. So I just don't share them with people. Ha, I would, but you know what I'm talking about. You just don't want everyone driving to the same destination. Get a fanny pack. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, I agree with you, Stanley. I know what you're talking about. And 55 gallons of dehydrated tuna. You could. Depends on if you like cats and rats. So, anyway, I digress. Excuse me. God, that was. I am just coughing up a storm here. And also blowing out my back, too. Let's see here. Taika Waititi is going to helm not one, but two animated series for Netflix based on Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And one of them supposedly is going to, I don't know, it's actually going to talk about the Oompa Loompas. Hmm. And we're going to see the Oompa Loompa land for the first time. Yeah, I know. Burnham, he's sick. I know. Yeah, I actually, more and more, Penn, it's one of those things. Snowpiercer the sequel. No, it's not Snowpiercer the sequel, the prequel, or anything like that. Andres Merrick. No, it's not. Um, so yeah, I'm actually it doesn't seem interesting to you, Marks? I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I like animation. I like Roald Dahl. I like Taika Waititi. So we'll see where it goes. I'll give it a shot. Oompa Loompa Land, yeah. Remember they were getting eaten by all the Vernicious Canids? And that's who, Willy Wonka went and saved them from all the Vernicious Canids. I know. Just remember what happened to the boy who got everything. He lived happily ever after. Exactly. Um, I don't think that's going to be not, you know, I think it's going to be fine, Marks. It's not like, Darth Vader ever got ruined by, no, wait. It's not like Michael Myers ever got ruined by, oh, yeah. In animated form, will at least not be so problematic with the Oompa Loompas. Exactly. Yeah. I know Morks, but that's focusing on an individual character. We're talking about a land that is going to happen. I think it'll be fine. And of course, having Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as an animated series, I think would be good too. Willy Wonka and Fantasy Island are similar, right? Are you talking about the movie Fantasy Island or the TV show Fantasy Island, Green Henry show? Because now they're different things. They're all different things. Yes. The Dark Crystal prequel is pretty good. I see. I disagree with you on that, Pen. I fell asleep during it. I couldn't get through it. But that was just me, I guess, on that one. It really did nothing for me. I wanted to like it. I tried, and, yeah. Oompa loompa doompa dee doo. Have I got another puzzle for you? We all have differences of opinion, Stanley. Like I said, I wanted to like it. It didn't happen for me. And yes, Andrzej Marek was falling asleep during Altered Carbon season 2. So, yeah. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. Great segue, Andrzej Marek. Tomorrow, I will be doing a Is It Worth My Time? Altered Carbon season 2, Netflix. That's right. Monday is going to be the third episode of Dispatches from Elsewhere. Tuesday is going to be Project Blue Book. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm off. Friday is going to be Clone Wars. Then we come all the way back around again to Saturday morning blast off. There we go. So that's what's coming up this week. And whose fault is that, Dennis? What, that I don't like stuff? It just happens. Yeah, if you're not watching Dispatches from Elsewhere, give the first episode a try. It's on AMC. Take a look at it and come on and join us. It's a good show. I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's how can I say this? It's actually a show that's kind of hopeful and kind of, I use this, I'd never really used this as a show. It's kind of a life affirming show, to tell you the truth. It's it's kind of fun, to tell you the truth. Yeah, gotta watch it. And I can't really describe it. I really can't. Definitely watch the second one, Stanley. The second one's good too. It really is. And I still am trying to figure out if the narrator, what he lied to us about, because he never told us what he lied about in the first episode. Yeah. AMC, the people that made the Gremlin car? No. AMC, the people who brought you Herschel's Farm, is what they did. Stanley Tweedle says, Peter is so much like me, it is frightening. Really? Yeah. hmm So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got here. I'm looking at my list of things, and yes, I've gone through my entire list. I'm surprised. I burned through that pretty quickly. Don't say Gremlins. They're already making an animated Gremlins movie, by the way, Marks. That's coming out on Netflix as well. Ah, doesn't make any difference what you think. They're remaking pretty much everything from the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So if you fools stop going to the theaters to go and see Bad Boys, 2020, they wouldn't make this shit anymore. Because that was one of the highest grossing movies. Yeah. Or it was Bad Boys 2019. I can't remember what it was. Or Bad Boys for Life. Whatever the fuck it was called. Basically, it had a puffy Martin Lawrence and a really haggard looking Will Smith spouting off a whole bunch of 90s vernacular. Except for Babylon 5. Yeah, right. They're never going to remake Babylon 5. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're you know what? I just want to see Buckaroo Banzai made, and hopefully they would cast it well. Who would they cast as Buckaroo Banzai who could actually do a good Buckaroo Banzai? Chris Evans. Yeah, I would see Chris Evans as Buckaroo Banzai. I could see that. Yeah. If I were, if they were going to redo it again, and do it as a series kind of thing, I would like to see Buckaroo Banzai done with Chris Evans. Yeah. I know, EHR, I know. I know what you're talking about. And not racial appropriate. They would not cry about that. No. Yes, they are remaking The Greatest American Hero with a drunk, uh, I believe, she's gonna be an East Indian woman, if I'm not mistaken, as the title character. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I haven't heard anything about that in a while, so I don't know if they put that on the back burner or what's going on. Yeah. Yes, Buckaroo Banzai was played, yeah, half Japanese, played by a white guy. True. So, the Fast and Furious will eventually become brisked and peeved. Uh, no, actually, I think Green Henry's show with the Fast and the Furious is going to become is the slow and the mildly perturbed. I have not seen Dev's Stanley Tweedle. It doesn't look like it's for me, quite honestly. I tried watching the trailer alone for some reason pissed me off. I don't know what it was. The first trailer just kind of pissed me off. I think the trailer itself just pissed me off, and I couldn't get into it. And plus, I think it's on Hulu, right? And I don't have Hulu anymore. I'll get Hulu once Future Man comes on for its final season, and then I'm done with Hulu for the most part. That's the only thing I'll get Hulu for. Yeah, FX on Hulu. That's what I thought. Yeah, I talked about it here, Pen. It's not something I'm really interested in. Yeah, I know it's genre. Yeah, but Hulu for some reason just doesn't interest me anymore. It doesn't have anything. Well, it never really interested me, to tell you the truth, until Future Man came on, and that's when I got it. Yeah, I want a serialized version of Outland. Bring Sean Connery out of retirement. I think he's done with acting completely. I think he's just done. Yeah. It must not have sounded good in added to yeah, it's not. It didn't sound good to me anyway. The misery porn show on Hulu was good, really? I don't know what that is. I don't know if I wanna know what that is, to tell you the truth, Stanley. Yes, I can't wait for Future Man as well. That's gonna be in April. April, we get, Future Man. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of The Handmaid's Tale either. Yeah, sorry. It's too close to home right now, and, oof, it's just depressing. I really don't like depressing things, to tell you the truth. I get enough depressing stuff in real life. I wanna have a little more hopeful stuff. I know, me and my opinions of what I like and what I don't like. Those pesky things. Why won't you watch what we want you to watch? Uh, oh, no, Penn, he's been talking about that, he wants Outland as, the movie with Sean Connery, the old, movie with Sean Connery, as a TV series. He's been talking about that for a while. Yeah. Uncut Gems is kinda yeah, I really just don't like, depressing things. That's why I stopped watching, Walking Dead. I mean, Walking Dead, for God's sake, well, 1, it's going on, it just keeps going on like a plotting zombie that's falling apart anyway, and it's just fucking depressing. There's nothing hopeful about it, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I don't need this anymore." Oh, yeah, that's right, you just got back. Welcome back. Yeah. Speaking of sleep deprived, I'm looking at Pepper over there. She doesn't know what she's doing. She just kinda woke up from a nap, and now she's gone back to a nap. Yeah, The Walking Dead is living to its name. I agree. Well, they keep supposedly creating new zombies here and there at Green Henry Show. Yeah, you would think after 10 years, those, zombies would have decayed now and not be moving, but who knows? Who knows? Oh, man. Where am I at here? I'm in a interesting spot, time-wise, I should say. So, remember to like, share, and subscribe. At the very end of this video, if you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're gonna see a video that pops up here. Basically, YouTube taking the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible one of the videos of my vast video library, and they pop it up there just for you. Up here is gonna be Clone Wars, is what's up there. Um, if you wanna know when I'm gonna be on live again next, you can hit the bell down there. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at the schedule that's up there, which is also mirrored on my Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook, there is a Facebook group page which you guys can subscribe to, post stuff, and talk amongst yourselves. Also, I have a Twitter or Instagram, and I also have a Patreon page, but no tier set up as of yet. There we go. Outlander is one of those great Sean Connery movies no one has seen. Man Who Would Be King is great. Yes, The Man Who Would Be King is really good. That's a really good movie. Keith Hamilton. Yeah. Speaking of Michael Caine movies, there's a really good movie that no one's ever seen of his called A Shock to the System. If you like dark comedies, that one is fucking brilliant. Of an older gentleman who is basically getting ready to get passed over for promotion, and basically he's essentially getting pushed out of his company, and he starts killing people. The first one's an accident, mind you, but he keeps going with it. And it is a dark comedy. Uh, yeah. So there's a great line in there um, that just makes me laugh. One of the people that he killed, he actually electrocuted. And over the phone, he gets the phone call that that person died. And he goes, "Oh my God, she's dead? How shocking." And he covers over the phone and starts laughing, kind of does this, starts laughing a little bit. And then it comes back. He's like, "Oh, that's very horrible," And it's one of the best little things that he's filmed that just makes me laugh every time I think about it. That's probably a good, oh, I wanna say that movie's almost, like, 35 years old. Yeah. Yes, Stardog is a required viewing just for Sean Connery wearing the loincloth. I agree with you, Keith Hamilton. Yeah, that one, oof. I remember it took me a couple times to get through that movie. That movie's bad too, just really, really bad, but yeah. Apple Crow says, "Saw Knives Out last night. It was fun, but not amazing." Was the last 15 minutes kind of fucked up by not following its continuity, Apple Crow? Because that's usually the sign of a Rian Johnson movie, is we're gonna set up all this stuff, but then I'm going to, basically fuck up the last 15 minutes by ignoring everything I put into place to begin with. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you, EHR. It is a what the fuck thing. It takes a little while to get through it. Oh, the ending actually does follow continuity. That's a first for him. Yeah, unless it's Looper, Stanley Tweedle. Then every rule that he set up about time travel gets violated in the last 15 minutes of the movie. So yeah, and yeah. When you go ahead and you start doing time travel and you set up certain rules as to how it is, and then yeah, you're okay with the illogical ending. I was not. I was pissed when I left the theater. I mean, super pissed when I left the theater. I may have even said an expletive in the theater itself. Yeah. I'm thinking Rianne should avoid SyFy. Yeah. I think that would be a good call. Yeah, I've gotten to the point now where, I don't wanna see anything from him. I really don't. Top 3 time travel movies, Andrzej Merrick, The History of Time Travel is really fucking good, and this is no particular order. Uh, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and, you're just saying movies, huh? Because I would say, 12 Monkeys, the TV show, would be my 3rd one, even though it's not a movie. Yeah. Yes, Jar, I agree with you. He should just stick to Eastern European industrial films. Good day, comrade. This is how we are going to do the farming collective today. And everyone will do it the same way. That's my really bad, indiscriminate Eastern accent, Eastern European accent. Yes, Future Man does have all of those movies. It does. Except for the history of time travel. The history of time travel is a different animal. And quite honestly, it's one of the best representations of time travel that I never even thought of actually when I was thinking of time travel. And it's on Amazon, Amazon Prime. If you can go and watch it, it's really good. It's set up as a documentary, but you have to pay attention to it because you'll miss how everything happens in it, and it's really good. And I believe, there is a, "Is It Worth My Time?" that I did on it too. Yeah. It's fairly recent, so in the last 3 years that was done, that movie. Yeah. Rianne Johnson presents How to Set a Rivet in Sheet Aluminum. It's the industrial music, you know. Was it 2014? I thought it was 2017 that was done. See, it was a time skip. I'm sticking with that. Yeah. I'm sticking with that notion that it was a time skip. Yeah. Is Source Code really a time travel movie though, Morks? Or is it an alternate dimension movie? Hmm? Because they even bring it up in the movie that it's not time travel, that it's actually alternate dimensions. Time Cop's good. Time Cop's fun. It really is. I like that one too. The TV series for based on Time Cop was really good. So Time Cop was actually based on a comic book from Dark Horse Comics that I really liked at the time when it first came out, and I wish they would actually do the actual comic. To tell you the truth, the comic was pretty damn good. I mean, don't get me wrong, the movie was good and the TV series was good. I mean, it even had Bruce Campbell in it. But yeah, I would love to see the comic being made. Hey, no, knock it off. So obviously someone's at the door. Pepper, no, no. And with that in mind, I have a lazy dog laying on the couch, barking at the door, not deciding to move. Pepper, shut it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Somewhere in Time's good as well. I like that one. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Pepper is telling me to stop. Pepper needs her Amazon shipment. Yeah, she probably did order some shit off Amazon. That's why I have to have the confirmation system in place. Just so, shit doesn't get ordered by accident. Hmm. Yeah. Now she's disappointed because I won't let her bark I'll probably hear about it later. So, would Donnie Darko be a time travel movie? Yes, it would, Keith Hamilton. It would be a time travel movie. San Antonio says I still like Back to the Future, even if it is the main. Yeah, I like Back to the Future as well. I own Back to the Futures 1, 2, and 3. Time Bandits is awesome. Yes, 12 Monkeys is awesome as well. There is no wrong answer to it, quite honestly. Yeah. Everyone's gonna have their own different versions of time travel movies that they like, quite honestly. And there is no wrong answer. Time travel movies is just good stuff. The Jack the Ripper one, she's talking about the Christopher Reeves one. The Jack the Ripper one is called Time After Time. You've never seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Stanley Tweedle? Go and watch it, man. If you want to just have fun, it's really kind of a mindless time travel movie, but it's a lot of fucking fun. And it's got a good heart to it too. It really does. Yeah, most non-triumphant. Oh god. Yeah. All we are is dust in the wind, dude. Huh? Dust. Wind. Dude. Ah. Uh, yeah, that movie. I'm so glad that they're fucking making a sequel now 30 years later and that they're actually bringing back, you know, everybody involved in it. Well, except for the real princesses. They've recast the princesses, of course. Which is kind of weird. I mean, those actresses are still out there and they're age appropriate and everything, and they probably should have brought them in, but they didn't. That's another Hollywood problem. That's all I'm going to say. And of course, you're not going to be able to bring back George Carlin from the dead unless you got a shovel. So, Sam Demas high school football rules. I used to do that for a while. Whenever you didn't have answer anything, you're like, yeah, everything's more moderner than before. And Sam Demas high school football rules. It's always a great way to. Of course, you can't do that now because none of these fucking kids know anything. They don't know their Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure anymore because that's 30 years old. So, can't do 30-year-old jokes anymore. Just doesn't work. Because I'm old. That's why. Get off my lawn. This is going to be the weirdest fucking video later on. It really is. It works here. It does work here with the people that are involved, yes, because we're all old. Okay, boomer. I'm not a boomer. Yeah, fucking millennial snot. There we go. I'm Generation X, motherfucker. Oh God, yeah, I know. Re-release Blazing Saddles. Re-edit it for broadcasting. It is now only 3 seconds long. I remember walking 9 miles through the snow with only one sock, uphill, both ways. Generation X football. Gas was a nickel a gallon, bread was a dime, and you can get a whole cow for only 99 cents. Oh God, Police Academy. Yeah, Police Academy would be very short. Actually, well, yeah, I guess that is that age group that is getting it. The COVID-19 that are susceptible to it, Stanley. Yeah. That's true. What is it? They're saying anybody over 60, I think, is at risk, or 65. Over 65 is what it is. And buy a house in Reseda for $1,200 using food stamps. Um, Philip A. Demick says we used to live in a shoebox in the middle of the road, and we liked it that way. Oh God, Dana Carvey's the old man. We only used to have one condom made out of rabbit skin, and there's more to that joke, but it's just bad. Stanley Twill says, I also insist on being Gen X, but I am borderline. Ooh, you're Generation X boomer, huh? I am not boomer. I am squarely within the Generation X, right there. Yes, I am. So, we can't beat heads like we used to, but we can tell meandering stories that go nowhere. At one point, I used to have the whole Grandpa Simpson, 5 B's for a nickel is what we used to call it, 'cause he, uh, at the time, pennies had bees on the back of them, and I used to tie an onion to my belt 'cause it was the fashion at the time, and I used to take the ferry over to Shelbyville. And it just went on and on and on. So I used to do this, so back when I was in college, uh a group of guys I used to hang out with, we go out and get drinks and stuff like that, was they were a bit on the nerdy side. Big surprise. And instead of just relaxing and talking about shit, normal shit, they would start talking about science stuff, or whatever. And they would start getting into shop talk, essentially, kind of cutting everyone else out, if there was anybody else around that we were trying to draw in. And I got to the point where, they turned to me for whatever my opinion was on it, and I go, "Well, that time in Shelbyville," and I'd just go into Grandpa Simpson, and everyone like, "Okay, okay, we get it." And I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm not done yet." And I'd keep going. I just keep doing Grandpa Simpson for the fucking longest time until they finally got sick of me, and then we'd actually have fun again. Yeah. That was back when I was, a bit more rambunctious and, sarcastic. Yeah. I'm with you, Stanley. I was shocked to find out boomers went all the way to the mid-60s. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. You're yeah, see, I'm not born in the mid-60s, even though I might look like it. No, I haven't hit my 50th year yet. I will soon. I'll hit it by the end of this year, let's just say. Apple Crow says, I would, Randy Quaid's I Can Fly, I'm a pilot, and ever since I was kidnapped by aliens, I've been dying for some payback. Yeah. Thanks, Morks. I can always count on you. Um, my car got 50 rods to the hogs. uh, man. So this tadpole is 5 years younger than me. Yeah. And that's why I'm not boomer and I am squarely in Generation X. Excuse me. Ah, man. Okay, boomer. Wow, what the hell was that? Oh, wow. That was kind of funky. I I don't know where the fuck that came from, but I said okay boomer and my phone all of a sudden pinged with the Google Assistant and it popped up for that with for some god unknown reason. Um wow, that was really weird. your 100-minute warning. No, that was just my phone doing something fucking freaky for some reason. I don't know why. Apple Crow says, "Well, shit, I'm in the in the middle of my age range, so I'm not sure if I'm on my lawn or not." Mufinabi says, "Early 70s for me." Yeah. Uh-huh. What Dennis lacks in age, he makes up for in bastard. Thanks, Mufinabi. I know I can count on you. I guess it is a Google Easter egg. I didn't say that, Andrej Mark. I didn't say it to. Maybe they mixed it up and decided to pop up for that. I don't know why. Yeah, that's weird. Google is listening. I have a Pixel 3a, Stanley Tweedle is what I have. I believe it is a Motorola, if that's the case. Yeah. Yes, I've seen Star Wars in the theater. You were 2 weeks old, and it was a 1-year anniversary. Yeah. I was 6 years old when it came out. Yeah, I believe I was 6 years old when, Star Wars came out. And I was in San Francisco at the time, and I saw it at the first theater that it was released in, which was the Coronet. Yeah. Oh, man, RIP for the Coronet. That was a great theater. It really was. I think Motorola builds them, Pixel. The Pixel, 3a, I believe Motorola builds them. Yeah. All right. I could reminisce forever on this stuff, but, that's what senility sets in. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you, everybody who joined me today in the chat, even for those of you who are late, Mufinobi. Um, and so you can use Stadia. Yeah, I don't want to use Stadia. I really don't. Thank you, everybody who joined me today in the chat. Thank you if you made it through this long, rambly video. I feel sorry for you. Until then, remember, tomorrow is going to be Is It Worth My Time? Season 2 of Altered Carbon on Netflix. Monday is Dispatches from Elsewhere. Tuesday is Project Blue Book. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm off. Friday is Clone Wars, Star Wars The Clone Wars on Disney Plus, and we come all the way back around again to what we're going on here, Saturday morning blast off. Thank you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may get stuck inside and sequestered because you got the Bex virus. Or no, wait, that's not right. What's the virus called now? Is it called the Stella virus? Is that right? No, that's not it either. The Coors virus. No, I'm close on that one. COVID-19. That's what it is. Yeah. Um, and of course, if you live in the United States, there's nothing you can do except, you know, supposedly pray it away. Thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, stay healthy and have a good rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.